It's Just Different Podcast. And before we get started, make sure you go and subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any new content that's coming. Hey, yo, man. Y'all know, y'all see by the hat. Y'all already see by the hat. Yes. Listen. Yes, I'm a LeBron James fan. Everybody in the world knows that. But yo, before I was a LeBron James fan, Miami Heat, baby. My Miami Heat are in the NBA Finals to face GOAT James and the LA Lakers. Yo, you want to talk about being torn in an NBA Finals series, watching to see who's going to win this? Not granted, the Lakers are a better team. I expect the Lakers to win. I've already resigned to the fact that I think LeBron's going to get his fourth title. But the more and more I hear people just disrespect the Miami Heat. They've been doing it all postseason. Just the disrespect. I mean, my God. Listen, I did my predictions before the playoffs, and I did round by round. I didn't go and say, "Oh, this is my NBA Finals prediction before the playoffs started." I went round by round, and in the first round, I gave Indiana a gentleman's sweep. I was being nice, to be completely honest. I was being nice, and even though I knew we were going to sweep them, and then the next round, I said we're going to beat Milwaukee. Everybody said no. I said Milwaukee. We'll beat Milwaukee in 6. We beat Milwaukee in 5. And yes, Giannis got hurt, but we were the better. We were clearly the better team in that series. Clearly the better team in that series. And then comes Boston, and people go, well, Boston's young. They just beat Toronto. They made Philly look silly, even though Philly didn't have Ben Simmons. Boston is a real talented, athletic team, but they're still young guys. They're a bunch of young guys with no veterans who, other than Kemba Walker, who hasn't even, that was the furthest he ever been in the playoffs. So his first time in the Eastern Conference Finals. So it was all new to him. So you got some young guys, Tatum and Brown. They all been there. I think this is their third time in the Eastern Conference Finals. They've been there, but it's like you still have moments of being young, right? And Miami is loaded with veteran guys. Yes, we have mostly young guys, but we have vets who've won chips. You know what I'm saying? So with that experience and the young guys that we have and the problems that they've caused shooting the basketball, I just felt like Miami was going to be better. I said Miami in 6. We won in 6. And what do you know? Jimmy Butler, the bad teammate, goes to Miami and goes to the NBA Finals. Kind of ironic, right? You don't ever just listen to what people say. You don't ever just take what somebody says and be like, yo, this is true, this is the real deal, blase, blase. Nah, that's not how we do this. You give people a chance to show you who they are. You don't just take someone's opinion for yourself, right? So that happened. So now we got Anthony Davis, LeBron James versus Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson in the Miami Heat. So to dive deep with the analysis, I want to do this. The Lakers got JaVale McGee, they got Dwight Howard, they got Anthony Davis, they got Markieff Morris. They're big. They got LeBron James. They're big. They got Kyle Kuzma. They got Rondo. I don't know if Deion Waiters is going to be bad. They got Caruso. They're a defensive team that can dominate on the defensive end. They got JR. They got KCP. They got Danny Green. And if you watch me this entire playoff run, I do not have any confidence in either one of those two guys. And so when I sit here and I go, I literally knew we were going to play the Lakers in the finals, and I said, man, Lakers will win. LeBron's going to win in 5. And the more and more I think about it, I go, LeBron James has turned it up to another level, which he tends to do. When he gets to the conference finals or the finals, he just turns into a whole other animal. And I'm hoping beyond hope. I'm hoping beyond hope that he doesn't do this with the Miami Heat. You know, I just hope he doesn't do it with the Miami Heat. So, but I do think we have one advantage, well, two advantages. One being our coach, Hall of Fame coach Eric Spoelstra. He's a better coach than Vogel. Let's just call it what it is. And I don't even think they're in the same ballpark at all. And then we shoot way better than the LA Lakers do. Now, in the last series, Duncan Robinson had a couple games where I think it was 5 and 6 was his best games in the series, where he was hitting tough threes because Jaylen Brown was on him, Marcus Smart was on him, Jason Tatum, those guys, those quick defenders that was on him, big, tall guys, strong guys. I don't see a guy on the Lakers. I don't see any guys on the Lakers. Danny Green, KCP, yeah, they're good defenders. Caruso, they're good defenders. Rondo, they're good defenders. I don't see anybody that's going to stop these shooters that we have from knocking down shots that aren't going to be heavily as contested as Boston contested them. Boston, we would run the pick and roll with Bam and whoever had the ball. It'd be Tyler Hero, it could be Goran Dragic, Jimmy Butler, whoever. And they would give the lob up to Bam Adebayo because Jaylen Brown would not, on the weak side, would not leave Duncan Robinson. Jason Tatum would not leave Duncan Robinson. Marcus Smart, they were not leaving him at all. The Lakers is a different team. They tend to leave guys open. They will leave guys wide open. And if Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Goran Dragic, Jay Crowder, Kelly Olynyk, if these guys have wide open threes throughout this entirety of the series, this could get real interesting for the Los Angeles Lakers because you can't leave these dudes open, right? You can't leave these dudes open. Again, I don't expect us to win the series, but I believe our shooting and our coaching is the clear advantages that we have in this series, and there's only things that we have that could eke out some wins in this series. So, with that being said, man, here's my official 2020 NBA Finals prediction: Lakers versus Heat. I am going to go. You ready? I am going to go the Los Angeles Lakers in 7. Yes. Now, I was about to say 6. But the more and more I talked about Miami shooting, I convinced myself we're going to go 7. You know what? 6 sounds better. But I'm a Miami Heat lifer. It's going to go 7 games. Miami Heat, Los Angeles Lakers, 7 games. Can't be mad. Goat James, my favorite player in the league right now, wins his 4th title, his 10th finals appearance. Again, I've already declared he's the GOAT. I'll do a video at some point talking about that. I did a podcast on Spotify. It's on Spotify. If you go through my podcast page, I did one about LeBron being the GOAT already. This is a while back. Yeah, man. The Miami Heat will push the Los Angeles Lakers to a 7th game, and LeBron James will just do what LeBron James thinks. I think this is going to be a great NBA Finals. Again, everybody's looking at Anthony Davis and LeBron James, and that's cool. But analytics say if you make 2s and I make 3s, I'll have the advantage at the end of the day. So I am not an analytics guy, but I'm looking at this series and saying, man, Miami's going to have some wide open threes in this series, man. And it could get really, really interesting for the Lakers. And I'm calling it now. I expect us to win Game 1. I expect that we will get. I expect that we will win Game 1. I think we will. And that's my prediction, man. The Lakers in 7. Miami will win Game 1. Miami, Dade County, Wade County, South Beach. Let's go, baby. Heat Nation. Peace.